Kính thưa quý vị, thì cái phần sắp tới đây là có hai vị viên giáo dục của quận Fairfax sẽ tham dự. Thành ra Tùng xin phép là chuyển qua nói tiếng Anh để giúp cho những người Mỹ có thể hiểu được. So in the next section here, we will cover the experience that we have with the Vietnamese program at Fairfax County Public School, and we're very honored to have the presence of Ms. Sandra Evans and Karen Key Gamarra. So welcome to the session. So as you know, Fairfax County Public School rolled out the Vietnamese program for Fairfax High School in 2015-2016 school year. So it's been like the second year that we have, second or third year that we have it now, and we have Mr. Tín, who is actually the teacher, Vietnamese teacher at the public school right now. So the experience with that program is that we have great engagement from our community. So before, yeah, please come up here, Mr. Tín. So before we make a kind of a lobbying push with the county board, we have a lot of outreach activities within our communities, and then we work very closely with the county, the public school in terms of creating the program and setting up the curriculum. And we went through several rounds of review of the curriculums and review of the material with the county to make sure that all the community voice were heard as part of the program. So from the community perspective, it was a great success, and I would recognize that like thanks to all of you, thanks for Mrs. Genie here and all the help from the school board. We have a Vietnamese program at Fairfax High School, and we hope to expand that out to other high school in the area. So Jenny, it's
Thank you. Ngọc Giao xin được nói bằng tiếng Việt. Let me just speak Vietnamese quickly. Thưa quý vị, chương trình tiếng Việt của chúng ta được mang vào quận Fairfax là nhờ bà Sandra Evans, là một ủy viên giáo dục quận Fairfax. Nhưng mà chuyện này nó xảy ra cũng gần như là 10 năm trước rồi, phải không chị Trinh? Lúc đó chúng ta có một cái chương trình gọi là Candidates Forum. Thì Ngọc Giao có mời tất cả những người candidates đến và gặp chúng ta, và các lãnh đạo cộng đồng đến, trong đó chị Trinh và chị Nhất Anh có lên nói chuyện về vấn đề khó khăn khi mà đi tìm cái trường, và mỗi năm để mướn một cái trường phải tốn đến 35.000. Thì chúng ta có đặt câu hỏi là có thể nào quận giúp hay không? Thì Sandy Evans and Penny Rose of Mason District and Sharon Boulevard at the time, they were running for candidates, and they heard us, they came to us and they share our concern. So Mason District has the highest number of Vietnamese students, and Sandy Evans has been very kind to work on it. She championed it, she led the effort to the point after 5 years, then we eventually had the budget. The budget is important, and the policy to have second language in Fairfax County is also important. We have to say that there are many Spanish people here, and we have Spanish as second language. We also have Korean as second language. So we need to have Vietnamese as second language, but we need a school board member to champion it. So Sandy Evans help us. So please give Sandy an applause. And besides Sandy Evans, we also have many other school board members, but most importantly, the school board members at large, which is the whole county, has a lot of decision, a lot of proposal regarding the policy and the budget. And in the past, we had the support of the school board at large, Mr. Moon, Dr. Moon, and McLevin, and Ted Velcro. And now we have the candidates coming, Karen Key Gamarra, who's also share our concern. Thì thưa quý vị, có anh Nguyễn Tự Tín ở đây là một giáo sư của trường Fairfax High School. Anh đương dạy về cái chương trình tiếng Việt ở đó. Thì anh Nguyễn Tự Tín sẽ có thể giúp chúng ta biết là cái chương trình ở Fairfax High School nó đi đến đâu. Nhưng mà Ngọc Giao xin được mời bà Sandy Evans nói một chút về chương trình tiếng Việt để đến với quý vị. Sandy, would you like to share with us about the process of the Vietnamese language as second language?
Thank you so much, Jeannie. It's wonderful to be back with my friends in the Vietnamese American community. We've worked together for many years now, and I look forward to continuing to work with you to continue to expand the program at Falls Church High School to that high school and beyond, hopefully. You know, we have high aspirations. As you know, it took a long time, and it took your advocacy and my advocacy and the help of a number of other school board members. As Jeannie said, Mr. Moon in particular, as an at-large member, was very, very helpful, and Mr. McElveen as well. So I want to say that it's critically important that our at-large school board members are great partners with us. And that's why I'm here today, to be sure that you are introduced to Karen Key Gamarra, who is running for school board. And she is going to be a wonderful partner. The election is August 29th. I will tell you that very few people know that there is a school board election coming up. So it's important, and I know Jeannie has worked very hard to try to get the word around that there is a school board election. This is a very important election, because whoever wins this election in just 10 days will represent the entire county. And I want to make sure that we, you and I, have a strong partner in our advocacy. And that strong partner will be Karen Key Gamarra. Karen, stand up. I'd like to get a round of applause. Just to give you a little bit of background about Karen, she has raised 3 sons, and they have all gone through Fairfax County Public Schools. I believe the youngest just graduated, is that right? And so she also is an attorney and a guardian ad litem, so she works with at-risk children. The other people on the ballot don't have this kind of a background at all, and they would not be good partners in the public school system. So I very much urge you to support Karen. Not only support Karen, but please get the word around that there is an election. Sometimes we think that the national elections are the important ones. You know, everyone goes out when the presidential ballot is up, or if there's a senator or a governor. But you can see, I mean, this group, together we see how important it is at the local level to have friends at the local level. In fact, you can make a bigger difference sometimes at the local level than we can at the national level, because every vote counts. In this election, I would say every vote may count 10 times, because it's going to be such a small election. So please get the word around. Please support Karen Key Gamarra, and with that, I will turn this over to Karen to address you and answer any questions that you might have about her campaign. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you, Sandy. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity to introduce myself again. My name is Karen Key Gamarra, and I am the Democrat-endorsed candidate for Fairfax County School Board at large. I'm also endorsed by the Fairfax Education Association and the Fairfax County Federation of Teachers, as Sandy mentioned. But my husband and I are most proud of our 3 boys, all of whom have gone through Fairfax County Public Schools and gone on to college and are doing very well. And we all remember our school days. We know the importance of our school days. I remember my own school days when my parents moved into a new neighborhood and sat me down along with my 2 brothers and said, you can be anything you want to be as long as you work hard and set goals. And that's exactly what I did. I had the opportunity to go to good schools. I went to law school, I graduated, and now in my professional life, I use my skills to fight for children and improve the lives of families in Fairfax County. So, how would I like to use it here? I'm also a planning commissioner, and I'm on the schools committee along with Sandy, where we help to develop policy regarding schools, future schools, and how we can best serve our community. I've also previously been appointed to the schools budget committee. I am a committed candidate who has been focused on children and families for many years. And now I'd like to take that skill, where I have represented nearly 400 children all across Northern Virginia. I'd like to take that perspective to the school board, because I've had the opportunity to see the availability of services in some areas and perhaps not others. And I will fight to make sure that all of our children have opportunity. I certainly support the Vietnamese language program. I think it enhances our ability to reach not only our Vietnamese students, but it also enhances the lives of every student in that classroom. Being exposed to various cultures makes us smarter, makes us brighter, makes us more compassionate. And so it will be my pleasure to step alongside Sandy with your help, with your vote, with your advocacy, to step onto the school board and fight for every child in Fairfax County. So I thank you for this opportunity to speak. I do apologize. I was at a farmer's market this morning. I'm on my way to Canvas this afternoon. I would have dressed a little bit differently, but thank you very, very much, and I would really appreciate your vote.
Thưa để cho quý vị phụ huynh ở nhà theo dõi được, Ngọc Giao xin được dịch tiếng Việt một chút xíu. Là bà Sandra Evans là ủy viên giáo dục của địa hạn Mason District là quận Fairfax County, nhưng mà ở Falls Church chúng ta, và bà là người đã giúp chúng ta có chương trình tiếng Việt tại quận Fairfax ngày nay. Nhưng mà để có một chương trình tiếng Việt rộng lớn hơn toàn quận thì chúng ta cũng cần đến sự hỗ trợ của những ủy viên giáo dục toàn quận, vì bà Sandy chỉ ở Mason District mà thôi. Thì hiện giờ chúng ta đang có một cuộc bầu cử đặc biệt vào ngày 29 tháng 8 này. Thì cái lá phiếu của người Việt chúng ta ở toàn quận Fairfax nó sẽ nói lên cái ý muốn của chúng ta là muốn có tiếp tục cái chương trình tiếng Việt. Vì cái chương trình tiếng Việt này mới chỉ có được thử nghiệm tại trường Falls Church mà thôi. Nhưng mà nó cần tiền, cần ngân quỹ, cần budget. Và cái người ủy viên giáo dục toàn quận họ có quyền quyết định cái budget, cái ngân quỹ đó. Họ cũng có quyền đề nghị cái chương trình. Vì cái chương trình này nó không có nằm ở trong chương trình của quận. Và nhờ bà Sandra Evans, bà đề nghị và bà theo dõi thì cuối cùng chúng ta có. Nhưng mà nếu mà chúng ta không tiếp tục hỗ trợ thì cái số tiền ngân quỹ nó có thể bị cắt đi. Chúng ta không có tiền để mà trả cho giáo sư thì nó có thể rất là nguy hiểm. Nếu chúng ta muốn mở rộng ra, chúng ta cần có nhiều người hỗ trợ chúng ta trong cái ủy ban giáo dục toàn quận. Thì bà Karen là người ứng viên xin được giúp chúng ta trong cái chương trình tiếng Việt, và xin được chúng ta bỏ phiếu cho bà vào ngày 29 tháng 8 tới đây. Xin quý vị phụ huynh, thầy cô giáo về nói chuyện với những người mình quen biết để đi bỏ phiếu cho bà Karen Key Gamarra. Ngọc Giao cũng nhân dịp này xin được cảm ơn tất cả mọi cử tri người Mỹ gốc Việt tại Virginia, tại quận Fairfax trong những năm qua. Chúng ta đã không ngừng bỏ phiếu, và chính cái lá phiếu của chúng ta giúp chúng ta có cái chương trình tiếng Việt ngày hôm nay. Như anh Tùng đã nói là trong chương trình tiếng Việt đó chúng ta có giáo sư Nguyễn Tự Tín. Xin mời anh Tín lên đây ạ. Hiện giờ là một người rất là đáng quý trong cái cộng đồng chúng ta, nhưng mà chúng ta dạy tiếng Việt truyền thống trước năm 1975. Và trước khi mà cái chương trình tiếng Việt đó được đem ra dạy thì tất cả những giáo sư ở đây, trong đó có giáo sư Yến, cô giáo sư Kim Oanh, giáo sư Lê Tống Ngọc Hoa, cô Trinh, hiệu trưởng BYEA, chị Nhất Anh Nhị Anh và rất là nhiều, anh Tùng, anh Vi Khang, rất là nhiều người đã cùng soạn cái chương trình đó. Và chúng ta đã bỏ ra tất cả những cái chữ mà Cộng sản đang dùng, chúng ta thay bằng cái chữ mà người Việt dùng đúng tiếng Việt trước năm 1975. Đây là một điều rất là quan trọng. Và trước khi chúng ta làm chuyện này thì đã có một số ứng viên của người Cộng sản đưa sang, và họ đã dùng một số chữ ở trong cái bản chương trình đó. Nếu chúng ta không được bà Sandra Evans hỗ trợ thì họ có thể đã dạy cái chương trình dùng tiếng Việt của Cộng sản bây giờ. Có nhiều điều không có đúng với cái tiếng Việt truyền thống của chúng ta, thưa quý vị. Xin mời anh Tín cho quý đồng hương biết một chút về chương trình anh hướng dẫn.
Xin kính chào quý tất cả quý thầy cô. Mrs. Evans, Mrs. Key Gamarra, it's my honor to be in the presence of all the leaders that in the community and in the county on this great effort. I believe we're talking to Vietnamese Americans, so please allow me to speak halfly in English. In the school year 2000, upcoming school year, I will be teaching 3 classes of Vietnamese.
Wonderful.
And this is the 3rd year, this is the unique one in the whole state of Virginia, and perhaps the only one in the East Coast, I believe. So I'm brand new. I've been teaching class as a substitute in the past half year, and this year I will come on board as a half-time teacher. So yes, I will work half-time, but I will devote my full-time in this for the 3 classes, and that's the only thing I know I will produce. The expectation certainly is high. I've been around this community for more than a few years, since 1980s. I could feel for the sentiment of the community in teaching the children. I don't have any children of my own, but I've been around as a volunteer of the Vietnamese BYA, teaching children in the summertime. So I could feel for them and the need to communicate for the children, communicate, the family, and beyond that. So that's where my passion is going to be. On the front of policy, in the past, the school has extended invitation to our leadership, and last time I was in your presence and tried to represent my world language department chair. And today, when I step in this room, I am a volunteer again. My name in Vietnamese, Tự Tín, is called for self-confidence. But I need to be modest. I'm brand new in the school system. I'm brand new in teaching. A solid guide I went by in the past half years has been a very wonderful textbook coming out of the East Union District in California, which is San Jose. I believe the community of Vietnamese in San Jose is certainly one community that, when it comes to educating the children of Vietnamese, certainly one source of material we can go by. That's always been my Bible in the past half year. I stick with that. And this week, I am being oriented to be a new teacher in Fairfax County. So I'm being honestly saying that in a company of a lot of experience and committed volunteer educators in the community, I have tons of things to learn from you. And if you go look back at the back table, there are so many materials that any one of us can turn to for self-learning. That's exactly what I'm here to learn. A few more things, a couple of methods of spelling, and I wish that next time around in your company, my team leadership will be here to have a few more words about where the direction, what the school, the world language department have in mind for all the concerned community members. Thank you very much.
Cảm ơn anh Tín. Would you like to say something?
No, I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. I have to run to the next event. I would love to stay, but
Thưa quý vị, bà Karen Key Gamarra xin bỏ phiếu cho bà vào ngày 29 tháng 8. Thưa quý vị, khi mà chúng ta soạn cái chương trình tiếng Việt đó với bà Sandra Evans thì nó có 4 cấp là cấp 1, cấp 2, cấp 3, cấp 4. Và lúc đầu chúng ta mới chỉ có được ngân quỹ trong một lớp tiếng Việt tại trường Fairfax mà thôi. Bây giờ theo như anh Tín nói là anh Tín dạy tới 3 lớp, tức là cái số mỗi lớp thì có khoảng 30 học sinh, tức là cái số học sinh ghi danh ở trường Fairfax High School đã tăng lên gấp 3 lần rồi. Thì chúng ta cần là quý vị phụ huynh học sinh, nếu mà có con đi học ở Fairfax High School, xin nói con ghi danh đi học cái lớp tiếng Việt đó. Vì có nhu cầu thì người ta mới chuẩn chi ngân sách, và như vậy thì chúng ta mới mướn thêm được giáo sư hay là có thêm được những cái hỗ trợ khác. Thì bà Sandy Evans là người rất là quan tâm đến chúng ta là loại gọi là thiểu số, quan tâm đến tiếng nói của người thiểu số và ở trong cái khu này, cho nên chúng ta mới được sự giúp đỡ như vậy. Bà Karen cũng là người quan tâm đến những học sinh bị thua thiệt ở trong cộng đồng, những dân tộc thiểu số và những người có cái mức lương kém, cho nên họ mới chuẩn chi cái ngân sách cho chúng ta rất nhiều ở đây. Thì nếu mà chúng ta muốn gia tăng cái lớp lên, và như thầy Tùng, thầy Vi Kha còn muốn mang cái lớp xuống đến tận tiểu học, thì chúng ta cần phải hỗ trợ rất nhiều, vì cái ngân quỹ nó cần phải được giữ vững, và cái chương trình, cái policy nó cần phải được giữ vững. Thưa quý vị, xin quý vị nhớ đi bỏ phiếu ngày 29 tháng 8, và xin nhớ nói đồng hương bỏ phiếu ngày 29 tháng 8, August 29. Thì cái phòng phiếu nó mở cửa từ 6 giờ sáng cho đến 7 giờ tối. Thì đây là cái điều mà chúng ta thấy rõ ràng là lá phiếu chúng ta đã có hiệu nghiệm ở trong cộng đồng, chúng ta đưa lại rất là nhiều điều tích cực. Các em khi mà ra trường sẽ có thêm là có sinh ngữ thứ hai là tiếng Việt, và nếu mà quý vị đi làm cho chính phủ thì được tăng lương, phải không cô Trinh? Nếu mà có 2 sinh ngữ thì như được thêm 1 giờ là 10 đồng hay gì đó, nếu mà Ngọc Giao biết không lầm. Nó có trong những một số những cái có thêm 10% tiền lương, vì mình được coi là một người sinh ngữ thứ hai. Would you like to say something?
I just want to thank you all very much for giving me an opportunity to come and talk with you again today. You know my door is always open to all of you. And I very much look forward to working with you to continue to make sure that the Vietnamese language program is strong and expanding. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I'm sure that your confidence will be much appreciated, and it's a pleasure to work with you, particularly as the teacher of our children, and with all of you, because you are, of course, your children's first teacher. And so let's work together. Let's make sure that we continue to expand this program, to keep it strong, keep it the right program, right? We had to work together on that to make sure it was the right program. So thank you again for the opportunity. I always enjoy coming and meeting with you. So come and see me anytime, talk to me anytime. You know how to reach me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We do have lunch, so please stay and enjoy some Vietnamese lunch.
We have
we serve lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, before you go, Sandy, I have a quick question. Fairfax County is probably one of the largest county system in the country, and there's a lot of priorities and budget and everything. How do we make sure that program like world languages are maintained? Because there's a pressure to reduce scope and this and that. So what do you think, and how do we, as a community, how can we help to keep maintaining this kind of program going forward or expand it?
I think the main thing we need to do, you're right, the budget is always a big issue. Year after year after year we have budget issues. I will say the school board has set as a priority world languages. It is one of our priorities. So, but that doesn't mean that it can't come under attack. So that is one reason why it is important who we elect to the school board. You know, it really is. It makes a big difference who gets elected to the school board. I don't see any efforts to undermine our world language programs now, and that's good news. But as you say, with this pressure, with the budget pressure, it could come down the road. So I think it's important to continue to advocate, to continue to let your elected leaders know this is important. It's important to you, it's important to your children. And not just that it's important, but why it's important. You know, as Karen just said, it's not just a matter of language, it's a matter of understanding a broader perspective, a broader world. There's a broader world out there that we want our children to understand. And so this isn't just about learning words, as we know. It's about learning far more than that. So I think the more our elected leaders understand not just that this is important, but why it's important, then we will continue to be able to sustain this. And I think the fact that it's a unique program actually helps. That we can say this is the first in Fairfax County, it's the first in the state of Virginia, and you know it's a model. It's a model, and I believe that every time I go to Falls Church, it's the first thing I say. How's the Vietnamese language program doing? And they always say it's going great. You know, it's popular, it's going well. So the more, and also just get the word around that Falls Church is the only school in Fairfax County that has this now. If people want a pupil place into the school, they can pupil place into the school if that's important to them. So getting the word around that it exists and just making your voices heard, I think that's the main thing.
Yep, thank you, Sandy. Alright, anh chị em có question gì không? Nếu không mình có thể break for lunch, mình có nghỉ ăn trưa đến 1 giờ.
We just want you to know that we appreciate you very much. You're an angel to our community.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes,
I would like to, for your help, to engage, like in the procedure, so that we could engage the same program in Chantilly, because in the area there's a lot of Vietnamese there, and also in the past, you and Mr. Moon has mentioned to us that we could do it from elementary school to 8th grade also. So is there any way that you could introduce us so that we could step by step, you know, maybe not next year, could be 3 years from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years, we could wait for 40 years. So, why?
No, we
that's
can't.
a long time.
No, we can't. We are not.
But I hear what you're saying, and having another program at the other end of the county might be doable. I wouldn't want anything that would, you know, pull away from Falls Churches, because we know it's important to keep that one strong and vibrant. You know, we wouldn't want to do anything that would pull.
Annandale, you have high school. Annandale is in your district, right?
Yes, it is.
You could apply right there.
Yes. Well, and so I think that it's important to make sure that we have what they call critical mass. You know, make sure we have enough students.
Right.
And again, that's something that I ask every time I go over to Falls Church. You know, enough students? Yes, we do. And to make sure that we have it continuing, you know, in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. That's the first thing we've got to complete. We got to complete that, and we're well on our way. So that's good. And I think once we've done that, then we can start looking at going down. And then as far as having a second program, that's, again, one of the reasons why it's important to have at-large members who support you. As you say, Mr. Moon supports this. Ryan McElvain is a very strong proponent of global languages. He's one of our foremost proponents, and he's another at-large member. And that's, again, Karen would be as well. So that's something we can work on together. You know, let's talk about that. I do think we need to get, you know, 9th through 12th first, but just putting the idea out there is a good idea. You know, putting the idea out there that we could have a second program once this one is complete.
And usually we start with a survey.
That's what we did before. You remember it took us about 3 years, right?
Yeah.
It took us about 3 years, but now that in part was because it was brand new. You know, and there was no curriculum. And
we need to vote. We do need to vote. If the more people voting in the area, they know that the more are concerned. So now if we have a lot of Vietnamese Americans in Chantilly or Centralville, go vote. You can tell your friends there to vote. Karen actually is from Sully district.
Yes, she is.
She is from Sully district. So that's very close to her house.
Outside this
area. But you're right, that the first thing we did was we did a survey to see if there was enough interest at the school. Because if you survey and 2 people are interested, then you know it's not going to be enough. There was plenty of interest at Falls Church, which was great. And so, but you're right. I think that would be the first thing that we would need to do when that time comes, to go to that school and say, and you think Chantilly is
definitely Chantilly, but I know Annandale is in your district.
It
and
is.
It's very, you already have one in Falls Church. It's very good to just transfer the exact program, to just recruit the teacher and train them. Then you have another school that can teach Vietnamese. If the surveys.
The policy is for the whole county. So it doesn't really mean Mason district. But if we already have one in Mason district, it may be better to have the other one in Sully district. But I think we can work with Sandy on that. It's a long-term vision. We have to work step by step.
The question is that I have two children who already graduate from Fairfax High School. Usually the language program in the school, either you take the regular class and then advance, so at least the minimum you have 2 classes of language, right? It's combination of either 4, which is a combination of 2 language, or you go straight 3 years of one individual language. So which class are you teaching? Are you teaching the regular and advanced, or you just only have 1 class?
This is a brand new program, so it's the 3 is the same level 1, 2, 3, but it's no distinction between that. And if you mentioned about advanced as being for the IB program, advanced, no, it's not. It's considered a regular, just a higher level, consecutive level. For most students in Fairfax County, they about to graduate with the advanced placement, advanced degree, and that requires 2 years of 2 languages, to study 2 languages and at least 2 years each. So in their high school career, they take 4 years of languages, 2 languages, or they can do 3 years straight of 1 language.
That's correct.
And for another category of graduation, which is kind of a lower requirement, you only need 2 years of language.
So that means that you teaching the 2 years, you have enough.
Well, this
curriculum
this
for teaching
year,
2 years?
this year the 3rd level is being new, and that will satisfy the need for children to graduate 3 years of 1.
We started with level 1,
Yes.
the first year, because we didn't have it before, and then the next year we went to level 2, and then we went to level 3, and I hope next year we'll go to level 4, so somebody can have, 1 through 4 in high school. That's because we're phasing it in. This is the 3rd year of the program.
And majority of your students, what's the breakdown for the number of students you have?
My last 2 classes last year, the first level got 21 students, and all of them are Vietnamese American. More than half of them speak some Vietnamese at home. Maybe only 1/5 knows literal or not. My second year got a bigger class of 26, and only one of them are non-Vietnamese speaker. So, and I can see my roster for the incoming freshmen. They all more or less with the Vietnamese last name. So I would say in some degree, they are Vietnamese speakers.
So, Dean, for your information, the textbook that you use, the tiếng Việt Nguyễn Yêu, is very good for that type of students that you have. But if you want to have more students that are from other country instead of Vietnamese American, then in California, the same school that I get those books from, they do have the program to teach the children that who born here or like Japanese, Korean, or American want to learn the language. They have a way to do it too, and teaches that a second language. It's different book.
I think when we planned the program, it was under the world language from Fairfax County. So that already built in with the standards for all students, regardless where they're coming from, to learn world language. So it's already built in that way. But I've heard also from the year before that we did have Korean Americans, Chinese Americans, and other people joined us. I'm not sure if they have moved out of the class, but the program is from Fairfax County World Language Program. So it's already built in, it's standardized.
It is, the curriculum is built in
and
for,
I don't
for
think,
everyone.
I think
what I mean is the book.
Yeah, I think Dean is welcome to use whatever he wants besides the program. But the program that we work on and set forth is already under the Fairfax County approval world language program. So it's made for all students, all alike, not just Vietnamese Americans.
Yes, this is also the material that you had just mentioned. The curriculum has already been designed 2 years ago. So whatever supplemental material, then it will be up to the instructor to supplement, such as the phonic system that is being presented here. So that's a supplement. That's not going to be a core, because the other one is already set down the plan approved. Okay.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
for your
it's,
information, Kumai,
Yes.
Antin, and everybody, the last 2 years I've been invited to be guest teacher to help out teaching pronunciation for the students, and I really enjoy very much. And it's dependent to take in what you want to.
Yeah, when it comes to supplemental material, it's amazing for me that the degree of freedom that the teacher could result to. And that's one thing, if you notice, I'm being kind of shy, being up there and not identify myself as a member of the STCS, but there's this one thing about the curriculum is governed by some, for the classroom activity, is governed by something called program of studies. Basically, everything is spelled out, and it's on the main bullet points. And it's all come down to the 3 C's. That I don't mind being right next to the board member and saying there's 3 C's. The one is communication, 交流. The other one is connect, liên hệ. And to connect what? Connect the cultures. And that's the 3rd C. And yeah, so yes, I'm a newbie, but at least I know my C's.
You did your homework. You did your homework.
It's an art. It's an art. Just that we can talk another 2 hours, but basically we talk 75% art.
Okay.
But so that's what I want to learn from you. The other 25 mechanics. That's what I need.
Okay. So I think we can take a quick break, and there's some lunch, sandwich stuff here. So feel free to help yourself, and then we.